Yes, I'd love to go over this with you. This particular commandment can be found in Leviticus 19:27. Let's read it real quick. You shall not round off the hair on your temples or mar the edges of your beard. Now remember, they just got delivered out of Egypt. And when it comes to this beard cutting, more specifically, it could probably be called a goatee, where you just have this portion of your hair and the rest is clean shaven. Now, it's worth noting, if you do any research on these are quite clearly pagan haircuts and beard trimming customs for pagan gods. Specifically, in this instance, the sun god Ra. They would do these haircuts and wear their beards like this in honor of him, and also in remembrance of the dead. Look at these pictures, for instance. There's no coincidence that demonic statues and ancient Egypt pictures depict the goatee. This was quite clearly mimicry of gods that they worshipped. We can find this commandment reiterated again in Leviticus 21:5. They shall not make bald patches on their heads, nor shave off the edges of their beards, nor make any cuts on their body. These are all clearly portrayed as pagan practices. The Torah does not have a direct commandment that you can't shave. The Torah doesn't explicitly forbid shaving. It does seem to lead us away from wearing our facial hair like this, though. The Torah seems to lead us to believe that facial hair like this is in honor of other gods and we shouldn't do it. However, that does not mean you can't trim your beard, or even necessarily shave. But we do find stories where some of David's men got half their beard shaved off, but David told them that they needed to wait until it grew back before they could come home. The Torah does forbid us from trying to dress like women, though. And oftentimes being clean-shaven is associated with women, because women don't have facial hair. It would seem in ancient Israel, most men probably had beards. But it would also seem that they were prohibited from having goatee-type beards. And when it comes to the haircuts, it would seem that it's prohibiting hairstyles like this. The shaved head with hair in the middle, where your temples are clean, but there's hair on top of your head. That is what these verses is talking about. Hairstyles and beard cuts like this. It would seem they were worn to honor their gods. And as we can find in Deuteronomy 12:30 through 32, God doesn't want us worshiping him that way. I don't have time to go into the legitimacy of this document I'm going to bring up, but this is an extra biblical text that describes Jesus. It's called the Publius Lentulus. In it, he's describing Jesus. His beard is abundant of the color of his hair, not long. It would appear even Jesus trimmed.